Super early in the morning, but I turned the lights on. I don't even think the fish are awake. But we're going to try to feed them some breakfast because I'm going to be gone literally all day. The sturgeon knows what's up. The bass, I think, are still sleeping. Brutus is definitely sleeping. That dude would be bashing right now. As you can tell, the bass, the sturgeon, the arapaima, man, they are all getting monstrous. Ridiculous how quick these guys grow. But yeah, got the tank kind of rescaped. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. So how'd you guys like that most epic feeding video ever? Not so much, huh? They just don't want to get out of bed today. I don't blame them. I'm really tired too. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we got to go all the way up north to Cleveland. My friends over at the Ohio Fish Rescue needed help with their 56,000 gallon pool pond, which is going to be epic. It's going to be sweet. They got the pond guy coming to help out with that, so what better way than to go help join them and make this possible, because I know that the arapaimas are going to be in that pond, and that's going to be the future home of Brutus here too. It hits home with me, myself, as well. I feel like I should take part in this, and I really want to help out Big Rich and Josh. These are genuine, good people that do awesome things for fish. So come join me in my journey as we travel all the way up to Cleveland to help out the Ohio Fish Rescue. All right, guys, let's go. The sun's starting to poke out. Finally starting to wake up. Here we are, Coalbright Drive. And what's crazy is when you come up to this place, it just looks like your everyday typical house. And what's behind it is insane. There it is right there.
Dreamed of shrinking yourself down to, you know, Scuba Steve, 6 inches going in your tank. Well, this you can literally be Scuba Steve as a full-grown adult, especially with big animals. So for me, literally, this is like a dream come true. I could barely sleep last night, excited about this. This is going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a labor of love, because at the end of this, when we get done, we're going to be able to all say that we created this.
So what you're looking at here in these plastic bags are called aqua boxes, and they're for beneficial bacteria to grow. And also they sit underneath the gravel that we're going to put down to allow for water to get to the filter more effectively. Get a good last look at this pool because it's about to change into something epic. I can't wait to show you guys the end result. Building these aqua boxes was very simple. They all just kind of clip into place, all made out of plastic. But later on in the video, you'll see what these are going to be used for. Look how many we built for this pond. Jeez. What you see here is a centipede system. This is part of the filtration system, which I'll go more into here in a little bit. So now it's time for the first layer of gravel, and we're going to put about 6 inches into the pond of this, and then we can start putting the centipede filter and sandbags in.
We're ready for gravel? We're ready for gravel. First bucket of gravel right here. Go ahead.
So the first layer of gravel is in, the centipede filtration's in place, the sandbag is around it to keep it supported. But now you can actually start seeing everything take shape now.
Alright, so the aqua box. This is going to create a structural vortex for us underneath the filter, basically creating a false bottom. These are going to go almost across the entire bottom. So what we have the water coming into our centipede system. We have a 93% reduction in water velocity. That allows the larger sediments to fall out, so the sand, gravel, and things like that. Once the water comes into the aqua box, the hydraulic residence time each block is going to be between 10 and 15 minutes. It's going to take 10 to 15 minutes for the water slowly to rise up inside of the blocks, and then from there it goes up into the gravel. During that process, because we slow the water down to that slow of a rate, we're going to allow the really fine sediments So the high fish load that's going to be in here, there's going to be lots of uneaten fish food, the heavy fish waste, all that stuff needs a place to go. Eventually, it will be broken down into biological processes, but we have to allow ample time to do that. So this is going to allow that to happen, allow the sedimentation to occur. The other thing that happens is, see how these things are built? It's called a matrix design. So what we have is we're breaking down laminar flow. Laminar flow is when you have a large mass of water that moves in a consistent rate. You don't have any turbulence, you don't have any mixing. That's the exact opposite of what we want. That type of a system works well when we're trying to get water to move as fast as possible from point A to point B. That's not what we want. We want to turn that stuff around. We want to mix it. We want to churn it all up. So as water's flowing through here, you're going to have all these little micro veins that are going to start to occur. So the water flows itself in between all of this. This also is home to different types of biological organisms. So we're going to slow the water down. We're going to constantly be mixing it. Then the water is going to flow up through the different layers of riverstone, which is where the high biological activity happens, and that's what's going to break down all the fish waste of the pond.
Now that the aqua boxes are in place, now they're going to start pouring in river rock. And each layer of gravel that we put in is going to get smaller and smaller, and this is going to help filtrate the water.
They might nip at you thinking it's food because this is, you're going in their feeding area. Okay. So what you want to do is get up there, put a whole leg and splash and get down in there.
I've never been called a pansy ass, so I think that'd be no problem.
Put a whole leg in there. Now they'll see it's not food and they'll leave you alone.
Okay.
Okay.
You said the water's 74 degrees?
76, 78.
Wow.
Perfect.
Okay. This is so cool. So I have been
See that
dreaming of doing this my entire life, swimming with
Swimming with the fishes?
just shrinking myself down and swimming in an aquarium. Now I get to actually do it for real. No pansy ass.
There you go. That's how you do it. Greg Wittstock in my fish tank. That's just crazy.
Wow. That's amazing. I wish I was doing that. Gotta tell them this is for them too.
Wow.
Oh, the seer's come over. They seem to be the hungriest in there.
Wow, they got a lot done when we snuck and watched Greg swim in the 4,400-gallon aquarium. Alright, so we got about 5 feet of gravel here. Now we're going to be adding a smaller gravel here on top of this. We still got 2 huge piles to do, but it's going to look really good when it's done. So far, so good. All that weight. You guys are going to come along for the ride. Pretty heavy. Nothing like moving a couple 100 pounds in a wheelbarrow full of gravel. But this build is going to be epic. I can't wait to see the final outcome of this. I'm glad to be a part of this. Awesome stuff. Nice bright blue sky. Tell you what, it's coming along though. It's looking good. So what they're using here is some aqua boxes that's been trimmed down, and they're going to put power heads in these boxes and fill them full of gravel too to keep them in place. But these are going to shoot water across the whole entire pool to keep it out towards the deep end where the filter is, and it's going to pump about 20,000 gallons per hour, which is absolutely insane. But you need big filtration and big pumps for a big pool pond. Okay, so we're getting the last little bit of gravel in here, and we'll have the whole entire foundation complete at this point. So we're actually down in the pool. I'm hooking up the filtration right now and the plumbing. Look at that. Thing is massive. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Pretty sweet, wasn't it? That was only part 1. There will be a part 2 coming out here in a few days, so stay tuned. So if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and ding that notification bell so you can be able to see part 2, because part 2 is even better than this part. You're going to get to see the whole thing come together. But do me a favor and go check out Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. He has an awesome YouTube channel. Also check out his other YouTube channel that him and his team do called Team Aquascape. They have some beautiful pond setups. And also on that channel, they actually did a more in-depth and detailed build of what I did on my video. So go check that out on Team Aquascape. Then also the Ohio Fish Rescue. They're an awesome place as well that help big fish have a better life and a better home. And I'd also like to give a huge thank you to Big Rich for letting me come down and be a part of this special moment of his. I really appreciate everything that you do. I want to also leave links to all 3 of those channels down in the description below so you guys can go check them out. And tell them Matt's Monster Fish sent you over there. And we'll see you next time. Peace.